Hi guys, this is Cyndy Reid, Cyndy Reid Fitness, the Strong with Age system. And today I'm going to show you just basic balance training stuff. So these balance trainers are some of the most amazing ways to get in shape and work the entire body with less time and more productive, lasting results. So there are numerous ways and types of balance trainers. This is one of my favorites. And you want to make sure that initially when you stand on it, okay, you can press down in there and have a little bit of give. You don't want to have it so tight that you can bounce a quarter off of it. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is just to step onto the balance trainer and just kind of walk around on it. You want to just be able to think about holding a book on your head, an imaginary book on your head, so that you engage the muscles of your spine and you're able to stand up really tall. There, now you can see my head. All right, so you want to think about having an imaginary book on top of your head and just get used to standing there. Once you're used to standing there, just sort of move your feet and keep that book on top of your head. That's very important before you do anything else. You want to just connect your brain to the muscles that are being recruited to stand on this balance platform. And if you imagine yourself with that imaginary book, then you're automatically using the correct muscles. Okay, so now I want you to think about just from the knees up. If you think about your ankles, they're going to wobble. But if you think from the knees up, then you're going to engage the correct musculature, your quads, your butt, your abs, and then your arms for counterbalance. So see how straight up and down I am? As you start to move around on the BOSU or any balance trainer, look straight ahead, right? Not down. If you're looking in a mirror, look in the mirror at your feet, but don't look at your feet because look what it does to my body. And then I'm out of that 3-point stance where I'm looking straight ahead, my shoulders are relaxed, my abs and butt are tight. So once you do that, just walk around on it, looking straight ahead and orient your brain and your musculature. Just get comfortable with it, okay? And then just kind of, right? Maintaining that nice tall body. So that might take a few times. And then step off, shake it out, okay? So once you've accomplished that, then you're going to come from the side. You'll put your one foot just past the label, step up, find that nice tall stance. In my book, I call it a 3-point stance. And then step off to the other side. Repeat, and just get comfortable moving around on the BOSU. No speed. No weights, no nothing. Just get comfortable moving. This act of just getting comfortable moving incorporates all those 650 muscles. You're connecting them to the brain. You're establishing patterns. Super important. Walk around on it, and just get used to it, okay? Do it from behind as well. Step up, find that balance point, step off, and then do it with the other foot, up and down, until you're comfortable, and no matter where you come from, you can end up, in that nice tall stance. Only at that point are you ready to do actual exercises, all right? I can't stress that enough. Don't do an exercise until you're oriented on the balance platform. Okay, so now, no weights in the beginning. You're just going to add arms. And they can be anything. Okay? They can be anything. You're just going to add arms and get comfortable moving about on the BOSU. Step up, step down. Step up, step down. Every time you go onto the BOSU, you are in that imaginary book 3-point stance. All right? If you can't do that, you need to make sure that you stop at that point and practice those basics before you move on. So once you're comfortable with that, and you can move the arms and it doesn't throw you off, all right, then you can add stuff. So then you can add weights. And if you've watched any of my videos, you are now familiar with the 4-2-4 formula. Move something 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, down 2, 3, 4. And the other thing you're familiar with now is that you're accessing your triceps no matter what. So you've already learned this. If you haven't, I suggest you go back and watch some of those so that you can get this formula down. So again, you've become comfortable with the Bosu, with the, who else makes one? A Champion, any kind of balance platform. You've become comfortable with it. You can do the 4-2 count, 4-2-4 count formula, and you can be either going up and down on it or just maintaining yourself on the platform while you do movement. And you can maintain triceps if you've got long levers, and then you're ready for bent levers. All right, so you see the progression of that. Okay, and you can even add a side and a rear, a front and a side, but it's all very slow and controlled. Okay, so at that point, you're comfortable with that. You can nail it. You're standing up tall. If you're doing long levers, you've got nice tight triceps. If you're doing bent arms, it does not throw your position. So at that point, you're ready to try to balance on one foot. When you go to do that, you go through kind of the same steps and make sure that if you're looking in a mirror, that you're not looking down at your feet, because look what it does to my body. You can look in the mirror and look at your feet in the mirror, okay? So you'll step from the side, let's say. Your foot goes on the other side of the label, and you come from the side, and you're going to use the second toe as a spotter toe. So it's touching, but primarily now, my right leg's doing the work. So I'm using my spotter toe. I'm going to stand up tall, create counterbalance with my arms, and only then am I going to try to unweight this toe. Now here's where you have to really trust yourself, and your foundation moves will have paid off because you need to think from the knee up, remember, not the ankle, okay? And then I'm going to try to do it with the other side, spotter toe. And now this leg is doing most of the work, and I've got my counterbalance. And you may wobble a lot like that in the beginning. That's okay. That's your brain and your muscles connecting. Let it happen, and think about from the knee up, not the ankle. If you think about the ankle, you'll never accomplish anything. All right, so I'm going to wobble or not, and then I'm going to put the other one down and step off. Then I'll start from the other side. Same thing. Find my stance, get my spotter toe, connect to my quads, my butt, my abs, my triceps. Again, if you've watched any of my videos, you should already have these basic skills. If not, try to go back and learn them. And then I'm just going to unweight this toe, and whatever happens, happens. And then I step off. Then I'll repeat from behind. Put the foot right in the middle. Lift, find your spotter toe, and then slightly unweight it and let things happen. Just always maintain that nice tall stance, looking ahead, thinking about from the knees up. You'll never not wiggle at the ankle. That's your body propriocepting, figuring out what it needs to do, where it is. That's okay. And that's why you need to think again from the knees up. All right, spotter toe, nice tall stance. And then just try to maintain, okay? And then step off behind. It just takes practice. You just have to practice. But if you go through the entire formula and scenario over time, you will nail it. And you'll be able to do compound complicated movements. And once you're at that point, you can add weights, and every single movement recruits more and more and more of those 650 muscles that you have. So you're working metabolically, you create a cardiovascular effect, you're super sculpting with every single move, and you need less of the movements to get better results. So it's a no-brainer. All right, so I hope that helps. Practice, be patient, and look for my upcoming Body Boss Lifestyle Bootcamp. I will see you soon. Woo! Ciao, baby.